Hej allihopa, hoppas ni mår bra. Och idag ska jag få testa på lite barfotalöpning.
Okay, today we're talking about barefoot running technique. We're going to talk about a few different points. First, posture. Then we're going to do a couple of drills that'll help you get warmed up for running, but also kind of break down the skill of running into more bite-sized pieces that you can work on and then apply to your running later on, okay? First, posture. We want to make sure that we have a straight line from the ear, shoulder, hip, and ankles. To do this, we want to start with our feet pointing straight forward, a little bit of bend in the knee, a little bit of activation in your butt and your core, and then we're going to turn our palms up towards the sky. This is to get your shoulder blades down and back. And then we can go a little bit in with the chin and think long in the spine. And this will just make that nice straight line down to your ankles. This is a way you can do it if you're by yourself and just kind of get that straight line ready to go for these drills or for your running. First drill, you're gonna get a metronome app free on iPhone and Android. Set it to 180 BPM. It's going to sound like this. And then we're going to go from this nice posture and start bouncing to the beat. I'll show you here. Stay relaxed and just focus on the heels hitting the ground on the beat, okay? Perfect. That's the first one. Next drill, almost the exact same thing, but we're just gonna lean forward from the sternum. So I'll show you here. Start bouncing. Really focus on that heel touching the ground on the beat. And then I'm just gonna lean forward from this point. And here I'm letting gravity pull me forward. So I'm not jumping forward. I'm just leaning forward and you'll feel that pull naturally, okay? So start bouncing in place. And then lean forward. Perfect. Next drill, we're starting from the exact same point. We're bouncing with our feet together. We're staying in the same position, but we're gonna start alternating our feet. Okay, so we bounce, get into that rhythm, and then I'm gonna start. Okay, here we go. And then start alternating. Perfect. Great. Next step, same as before. Start feet together, then start alternating, and then we're going to lean forward just like we did before, okay? And then just lean forward. Nice. Now we're almost running. The next part here is just getting your arms from this relaxed position and just finding a nice between position here with your arms and staying relaxed, okay? Perfect. So here we're just staying relaxed, breathing through your nose and focusing on the beat and your posture.
Thank you, Erik, for these awesome exercises on how to start running barefoot.
Yeah, thank you.
Tell me a little bit more about yourself. Who is Erik and what do you do?
Yeah, I'm a coach. I work with all kinds of different movement, a lot of focus on running, a lot of focus on getting people started with barefoot shoes. Natural movement, you know, how to move well and how to take care of your body. That's my focus. I have a background in competitive swimming. I've done a few triathlons, swim runs, obstacle course races. Yeah, I just like moving.
Awesome. And what is it about running that you enjoy so much?
I like the simplicity of it. All you need is clothes and a pair of shoes, and you don't even need the shoes all the time. So you can just do it anywhere, and it's a very primal part of us. I mean, humans are built for running. We can run farther than any animal on earth. We're the best at running far. The meditative aspect of it as well. It's, yeah.
And you say that we are the fastest runner on earth. And how come that we need to rediscover this natural skill that we humans have?
Yeah, it has a lot to do with our modern environment, you know. We spend 8 to 14 hours sitting per day. That's the average. And that really affects the way our body works and our joints. Our joints need movement, and this sedentariness really affects how these systems work. So this perfect biomechanical spring that we have here that allows us to run the farthest of any animal is stiff, and it doesn't work. It's like a rusty spring, you know. So it takes a little bit of work to get the body working as it should.
Yeah, and also a lot of people don't know that how the feet affects the whole body. Even if maybe we have a back pain, it maybe can start with the feet.
Yeah.
So if we take care of the feet, we take care of the back pain also.
Absolutely.
That's also very interesting with this whole barefoot philosophy and movement, and how it could help other parts of our bodies, and how it's all connected on like a one unit.
Absolutely. It's I mean, look, the feet and the ankle system here has a purpose to fulfill when it comes to movement. It creates stability. It cushions. It moves us through the world, and it also gives our brain information for us to know what's going on, what kind of surface we're running on, what kind of forces are involved in our movement. So if this isn't working properly, then something else has to jump in and try to do a work that it's not designed for. And that's a recipe for injury and being very ineffective in our use of energy.
Oh yeah, for sure. What you're talking about is a lot about a functional feet. So what is a functional feet?
Yeah, it's those 4 points I just mentioned. So your feet have a purpose when it comes to movement. So something that's functional fulfills its purpose, right? So the feet should create stability for your body. It should absorb shock in your movement when you're walking or running or jumping. It should move us through the world, propulsion. And then it should also give your brain information about what's going on. So a functional foot is a foot that fulfills this purpose and does that work, and then lets the rest of your body do its job.
Yeah. And also, to get these functional feet, we need to also think, what do we wear on our feet?
Absolutely.
So what's the main reason from your side that we should have like barefoot shoes or be more barefoot on everyday life than having like ordinary regular shoe?
Yeah. I've been getting away from the term barefoot shoes a little bit, just because there's so many different brands out there, and not all of them let your feet do the work.
Oh, okay.
They change the shape of your foot, which is the most important thing when choosing a shoe, and that's that your toes are able to spread out and activate the muscles in your feet. So some brands, they're very thin and flexible, but they still don't really give your toes enough space. So that's the most important thing. The second is that it's flat. Your foot's made to be flat on the ground. As soon as you raise up the heel, which most brands do, you're changing the way you're loading the foot, and you're changing the alignment the rest of the way up the chain.
You're like more forward
Exactly.
postured, and like you're falling.
Exactly. And then you have to lean back, and then that's where your back
And then you're thinking, if you're leaning forward, then gravity is pulling you down, and that's gonna also put more weight on your head, and that's gonna bring you more headache and back pain also on the shoulders. Yeah, that's true. And also, we use right now a Joe Nimble shoe here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yours doesn't look so funky.
No.
No. Mine looks, because it has a green color.
Right.
And also, well, it melts good with the grass here.
It's true.
But they look very different than that we used to see on shoes.
Yeah.
So how can more people try this out and use them?
Yeah, the main thing is you want to start wearing it just day-to-day use. Don't run or train in them for 2 or 3 months. Just walk with them. That's going to help build the foundation of strength and stability in your feet. Like I said, it's all about this straight line here that lets your big toe and this space here for the other toes to spread out and let your foot anchor down and activate. Yeah, and the thing that really stands out is this toe box. A lot of shoes have this symmetrical shape, which our eyes kind of like, and that's the main reason that all brands have that point.
And we like it because society made us like it, not because we do like it.
Definitely. It's somewhere along the line, it just became nice and cool to have shoes like that, and
it became the beauty of using a pointy feet.
Yeah, it started in the Middle Ages, and we're still going with that.
We need to evolve.
Yep.
And also, that's so interesting. You're talking about the toe that needs to be spread out, and I have a 6-month-year-old kid back home now, and her toe is like way out.
Yep.
And I look at mine; it's not that way out.
Yep.
It's more straight.
Yep.
It's not that way out, and it's all because of what we put on our feet since we were kids.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to start using or having my kid just be barefoot as long as I can be.
For sure. I mean, parents are very protective of their child, you know, and that's good to an extent. But I always encourage parents to let their kids run barefoot as much as possible. You know, be careful of the environment. If you're in a city, there's glass and danger, but if you're on grass, I mean, take those shoes off, and if you can get a pair of barefoot shoes, functional shoes for your child, that's best, because I mean, you can just see how the feet are working and the toes are working, and I mean, then you don't have to recover anything later on.
Exactly. And also, if we look at the movement that children do, they don't even need a handbook on how to move like a proper human movement.
No.
They just do it.
They have a perfect squat. They have posture. They run well. Everything.
Yeah, even if they're gonna do like climbing and doing monkey bars, they They just feel what's natural to make it to the other side.
Yep.
That's
And
so
it's
awesome to see.
Yeah, I mean it's the modern environment that we've created and society that has kind of shaped our bodies and made us not as effective at movement, which is what our brains are made for. We're made to move our bodies.
Exactly. And about back to the running part of it. How did running help you on your everyday life?
I did not like running before. I was a swimmer and that was it. But once I kind of learned how the body works and how to use it properly when you run, it just becomes so much easier and gets me into flow in a way that a lot of other things don't. So just to be able to go out and run, it's just so simple, and like I mentioned before, it's very meditative. It's just this beat, and you can think, you can get out into nature, and it's a great form of exercise, and it helps me kind of get focused and go into myself.
And do you feel that it helps you to go over some obstacle that you're on your life right now, or from work you need to do like a task that's very hard, and if you go running, that it brings you more creativity to focus and...
Absolutely. I mean, and that goes with all exercise for me, kind of disconnecting from my work and moving my body, getting into my body, and even the training hard, that just gets things flowing in a different way for me. And that challenge, if I'm able to push myself and get through a hard run or a hard workout, that just gives me confidence in other challenges in life.
Yeah, I feel the same thing, that when I do my running during the week, it gives me just more energy to maintain endurance on life. Now that I have a child home, it's quite different how I see training. Before, training was okay, it's for my health, maybe I want to put on some mass, or I need to lose something that I feel like I want to do, or just training because I think it's fun. But now it's more like I need to work out to get more endurance, to gain more endurance, because all we do at work is to be endure on work. I work at a school, so there's a lot of children there I need to take care of. It happens in school, everything happens in school, so maintain my calmness, my stillness there when I go back home, being a good parent to my child, endurance to that, and also being a good partner, endurance to that. So all my workouts that I do right now is to maintain stillness and endure more the everyday life that we have.
Yeah, I like that perspective.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to use energy to gain energy.
Exactly. And also that training isn't to look on a certain way, it's to feel on a certain way, and to how you can see things more clearly.
Looking a certain way is kind of a bonus for me. I mean, in my experience, that's not a powerful enough motivator to keep people training.
Because the body changes up and down. It's not in our control in reality. The only thing that's in our control is on how we think and how we act and how we feel.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. The emotions, the act and thinking, how we think of certain things. That's the only thing that we have in control.
Yeah.
Nothing more. Where can they find Erik on social media, or if they want to see you in person, where can they find you?
You can find me at evolvetomove.com, Evolve to Move on Instagram. I'm also a coach at the Joe Nimble store here in Malmö, Sweden. I do speak Swedish as well.
I'm going to put all that on the description below, so you can check it out and follow Erik on Instagram. And if you want to visit him, just go to the Joe Nimble store at Djäknegatan, nearby St. Petri kyrkan.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So, and you can try out some shoes for your feet. And one last question.
Yeah.
How do you define health, the word health?
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I mean, health for me is about being able to tackle life's challenges and keep moving forward in whatever you want to do, while being free from disease and injury.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how I think about it, at least.
Cool. Thank you. And thanks again for these exercises. I will keep on thinking on them and working on them to have a better running technique.
Yeah, my pleasure, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.